Okay, in this video, let's talk about the swing plane, which is an interesting term, plane. Some golfers understand what it means and some don't. And so hopefully this video will show a really good visual of how a swing plane works and why it's important, how it helps you hit solid shots both with your irons and with your driver. So this video here, coming from one of the apps that I use, which can measure the plane and some speeds and things, will show the backswing in a darker shade and the downswing in a lighter shade. So as it goes back, it's tracing a plane, as we call it, or a circle on an angle. And as it comes down, the plane shifts slightly and comes down a little bit lower or underneath the backswing line, down to the ball and back up around again in a circle. And so when you see that happening, hopefully that's what you imagine your club does. It goes up on one angle, drops slightly down, and swings around on another. But it's certainly a circular motion that you see with the golf club. And it's tracing this path back and through, not on a straight line like you would see with, bowling or something where it's going straight back and through, but certainly a circle on an angle. And that's why we call it a plane, or basically a flat line or a flat piece of cardboard or plywood or glass that's tilted on its side. So your club, the shaft of your club, the club head, everything should swing on a circle on an angle like you see here. And this particular swing plane where it goes up and you can see the club dropping underneath, or the club head swinging underneath on the downswing. So the backswing is the darker line, the downswing is the lighter one, would be especially effective for a driver because it's swinging a little bit more up at the ball coming into impact. And if you had a swing that was going more just straight along the same angle or the same plane, it might be a little more effective for an iron. But it's certainly very important that you know that the club should go up and down on a circle, on an angle, and that you're not just trying to swing vertically and you're not trying to swing around like baseball. And it does look something like this in your mind. And I think that will be very helpful for you if you're having trouble with your golf swing or understanding what your swing should do. And so now, this section of the video here, I'm using a hula hoop to show the swing arc as the club comes in to the ball from this angle, comes out to the ball and exits back around on the other side. So if you're going to hit straight shots, this is kind of the way your club would have to work down around the circle this way to hit straight shots. And you can see the target line on the ground, the stick I have in the ground pointed toward my target, and that gives you the right visual of the club coming down, out to the ball, back to the inside. We call that inside to inside, which hits a nice straight shot. If you're coming over the top or have a different swing plane coming down where this will be twisted this direction, now of course your club's coming around this way, hitting from the outside. That's what slicers do. That's what people that hit poles to the left do. That's a totally different swing plane coming down this way. So this is only effective with higher lofted clubs like a 7, 8, perhaps a 6 iron. Even a 3 wood could work sometimes on this angle. But generally speaking, you'll have a big struggle with a wedge. You'll have a big struggle with a driver if you're swinging this direction. Conversely, if you've changed it around and you're coming at the ball from too much from the other angle, we call this swinging too much inside out. Going this way, this has the lowest point of the arc. You can see where the circle is sitting on the ground back here, back behind the ball, which would only be effective if you're hitting off of a tee. So if the ball is up on a tee like with a driver, this might work. But if you're trying to hit a solid iron shot, it certainly wouldn't. So it's possible to swing too much from the inside, just like it's possible to swing too much from the outside, which we just showed. From the face-on view like we see here, I'm holding an iron which would show the club coming down along here, hitting the ball, exiting back around. We know that it's a circle sitting on an angle. And as the club comes down, if it's working properly, club comes in, and the lowest point of the swing is right about here. Comes down, hits the ball, and keeps going around the circle. Now from this angle, it might look like the club's just traveling in a straight line. It's hard to tell if it's traveling in a straight line or not from this angle. It certainly looks like it is, but we saw from the other view it's not. It's actually traveling in an arc, coming down from the inside, hitting the ball, going back around the other direction. And certain swings have certain amounts of club face rotation, depends on your swing and your grip. Some are closing more, like you see here, where it's working more open to closed, and some are more square as it goes through, but it's still going to be working on an arc with the lowest point of the swing up here. If the ball is on the ground, this will work great. If it's on a tee, we need it to be something a little bit different. If you happen to be someone that slices the golf ball, then your swing arc is tilted this direction, which puts the lowest point of the swing way over here to the left. And the club would be tracking across this way, which slices, cuts across the ball from outside to in, and creates a curve like this, or slice spin. Conversely, if you hit lots of hooks, lots of thin irons, very low hybrids, then chances are that your swing arc has been tilted this direction. So the lowest point of your swing is way back here. So by the time the club gets to the ball, it's on the rise, just hitting the bottom of the club, which might get it airborne, it might not. But if it does, it will be a very low shot, probably curving to the left, or it could just go slightly to the right. Nonetheless, it'll be a very miss-hit ball. It won't have any power, and it won't get up in the air. Now with the driver, we do want to swing inside out slightly more, so the circle is tilted slightly back to where the low point is here, and the club then can swing along the swing arc and up at the ball ever so slightly, which gives you the maximum distance and direction control. Club works from in to out, going through. If we turn the club or the plane the wrong way and start to come at it from the outside in, and now we have the low point of the swing over here. Now the club is coming outside in, chopping down on the ball, making a divot on the tee box perhaps, hitting pop-ups, big slices, and perhaps even some pulls to the left. So we definitely don't want that with the driver. We actually don't even want it to where the low point is right there where the ball is, because we can still hit a pop-up here because the ball is up on that high tee. This normal setting for the plane would be great for an iron like we saw earlier, but not for the driver.